Well, guess what? Tomorrow is Thanksgiving. And today I need to work. I should be working now, but I'm not going to be working until 8 and goes to work at noon. Because I still got shit I got to do at home. And I got to go to the store, which that's what I'm doing now. I'm getting my chinchilla food. Then I'm going to Walmart. And it is chilly today. I got my sweats on today. I was like, hell, I'm wearing sweats. I don't give a shit. Okay. I think the last time I talked to you might have been before the baby came. And I don't really remember. But I am now a grandma. The baby was here on Monday. And he is doing great. In the evening, he kicked off his oxygen, like knocked it off his mouth, and he was breathing by himself, so he was doing good. He did have a feeding tube, but Tuesday, which was yesterday, he was off the feeding tube. His mom and dad got to hold him, we got to hold him, and the other grandparents got to hold him, because basically the grandparents are the only ones allowed in the NICU besides the parents. Like, those are the four we get to pick, which is nice, because it is kind of, maybe that's why the reason they do four, because they know that more than likely it will be the grandparents, you know, or something like that, you know. And so it's two for each side kind of thing, you know, because you're only allowed in there two at a time. Now, she's healing good, but she's also really sore and in pain. And I'm just telling you, I'm just glad that I didn't have to do the shit that, you know, like, she's like, I just don't think like they give you good drugs in the hospital anymore, because I was on morphine drips and then Vicodin, and I didn't even, like my husband said, I didn't even use all the Vicodin. That's what I'm saying, you know. I don't, when I got, and it was pills after you get out of the hospital, they're giving her pills in the place, you know what I mean, and they're not working that great, you know, like ibuprofen. I don't know. I think she said she wanted hydros, but I don't know if they're giving her that or gabapentin. They mentioned gabapentin. I was like, oh my god, that shit is the worst. Yeah, I'm so glad I didn't have to deal with this shit. But the only thing is, I hope I never had any surgeries, because if this is how they do surgeries, I don't want to deal with it. Like I said, I don't know. I know it's because you know, they were worried about addiction, but I think people get addicted to any kind of pills. Like, I've heard people are addicted to Tramadol, which they don't like to give anymore either. They don't want to give you, you know, I think they don't even want to give you hydros, because I know people are addicted to that shit, you know. And I don't know, because like I said, me and my sister weren't easily addicted to pills apparently, because like I said, it was not a problem for us. When we didn't need them, we just didn't need them, you know. And you know, so I can't really complain. Like, I don't understand, you know what I mean? I don't know. That's what I'm saying. So like, I just don't know. So I mean, I know there's a reason that they have to do what they're doing. It's too bad they didn't put you on the well, if you have none, you don't have a problem, you can freaking use this shit instead of that. But then I guess, I don't know, maybe it would just get really crazy. Maybe it's hard to monitor people, you know what I mean, all these pills and stuff, and so they decide, out with the old, in with the new, you know what I mean? Or else maybe, like they said, I think everyone's worried about pharmaceuticals and their quest for money and, you know, whatever. So that's why sometimes you gotta wonder, well, is there a reason that they're switching to these things? You know, like, that they just don't say, you know what I mean? I don't know. But maybe less people are overdosing on them, you know? So maybe that is a good thing. So I don't know. Don't ask me, because I don't understand any of that stuff. But I just feel like, goddamn, thank God I was able to get the good shit when I had the babies 4 times. Okay, thank God. You know, because I don't think I could handle that. And but yeah, she's healing really good, I think. You know. And I don't know about the bleeding though, because that's what I'm like, dude, I was bleeding like crazy. You bleed for a whole month, but I feel like she's not even gonna bleed that much, like, out, which might be bad. I don't know, you know, how that works. But I don't even know when she'll get out of the hospital, because normally, well, it's been Monday. You think what, today or tomorrow, and she might get out tomorrow, but the baby is totally not gonna get out tomorrow for sure. But as good as he's doing, we don't think he'll stay there till January 4th, which is his due date, because usually they like to keep them till the due date. But you know, more than likely he will be out way sooner than that, but it depends on, I would assume, him. And then the next stuff happens, because I am just like I said, oh my goodness. But I mean, I know she's got her mom to help too, because like I said, James has to go back to work next week. I'm just, I just worried about that a little bit. I mean, it's her first one. I was lucky. I had my mother to help me on my first one. Having a mom really does freaking help. Like, they know we're more nurturers, you know what I'm saying, than our husbands are. Like, my husband, they said he helped me through. He remembers all this shit. So I'm like, good thing you remember, because I fucking don't remember half this shit. I'm like, I guess I must have blocked it out. Apparently, blocked out all the shit that was really traumatizing, apparently. Because I feel like I healed basically okay, and I was able to be very careful, even though it was hurting the first few days. You know what I mean? You are hurting like crazy, and but I feel like I healed pretty good. I was able to do stuff carefully, for the weeks till it took to heal, and I don't think it took that long. You know what I mean? And so she'll probably like that, just because she's hurt. It's the first few days. Of course, you're gonna be the worst pain, the worst, whatever. Because she is, like I said, that sore looks good. It doesn't look flamed or nothing. It looks really healthy. The wound to me. So yeah, maybe she should be okay and get stronger, faster than we think, Hopefully. Oh. But anyway, I just thought I'd talk about it a little bit. But yeah, and I think they are both doing really good. Her and my son and the baby, so that's good. I mean, this has got to be nerve-wracking for them all. I like I said, I kind of wish they'd already had their own place so they could be bonding together. It's gonna be so weird because he still has to find them a place, they're like in limbo kind of, and they're in limbo anyway because they're in the hospital and they may have to be in the hospital, which I guess they don't actually get to stay in the hospital. This is what confused me, because I like when we were able to stay in the hospital the whole time the baby was there. You know what I mean? So I thought they were going to get to do that too, but it sounds like they have to go to the Ronald McDonald house and stay there, which is not very far away. It's like really within walking distance, but still, it's like, damn, I thought they'd be in the hospital with them till time.